Hello and welcome to episode 3 of our D&D brief, where we discuss what the hell just happened in that last episode, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed what just happened. Really had a good time. Full disclosure, I've never done something kind of as loosey-goosey as that, where there would have definitely been options for you guys to have like huge swathes of combat running through that whole thing. I have a map for the Amberjune pack building. I have a full map for that. You could have gone from room to room and slaughtered everyone in there. It wouldn't have been a problem if you wanted to do that. But I wanted to give you an option to be a little bit more diplomatic and have some conversations. How did you guys find it? Did you have fun?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it was a blast.
Had a lot of fun.
I really liked that. I really liked the whole thing that was going on right there. And we got through a whole chapter, shall we say, in one episode, which was really nice. The pacing felt right today as well, which I liked. How are you all feeling post that episode?
I just love the amount of role playing that was involved in that one. It really sort of brought that side out rather than, it wasn't as combat heavy, and I really loved that. And it took a while sometimes to get into it, but yeah, definitely. That was one of the highlights of it.
I
hated
it. The reason I hated it, and this is my request to you, is that I need somebody to fail their skill check, their wisdom saving throw for vicious mockery, because otherwise, what is the point of me?
I don't think the roles were with us today, generally, for a lot of it.
Yeah, so it was very, very early on. So there's an ability that were creatures have that would have meant that a lot of attacks wouldn't have done anything on them, especially ones that Awen was doing would have meant. And straight away I was just like, yeah, no, I don't want you all to die, because this guy is going to kill every single one of these level 2 characters if I'm not careful. So I made an executive decision to give you. The main purpose of that is to go, hey guys, do you know that where people exist in this world, and there is a situation when that can be the case. And then later on, just sowing those seeds to let you all know that this is something that you might be able to resolve amicably, calling them the pack and all of that kind of stuff. But you did the checks that you needed to do. You found out the information, and she was just ready to be sad. Basically, it's a bit of a sad story. That one, it's a little bit of a sad story.
It is sad, yeah.
But you have those opportunities now to like maybe send them some stuff. They're not going anywhere. They're still doing their thing. So you have an availability of maybe sorting that out. But now you're level 3.
Wasn't expecting that.
No, not at all.
Well, because the last one took 2 weeks.
Level 3. Yeah.
So this is for, I think for all of you, it's picking archetypes, isn't it? Or the archetype equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
So colleges, and I forget what the ranger thing is. I don't think it's archetypes. I cannot remember.
Yeah, I forget too. I definitely knew though.
I'm pretty sure I might have it in the little, because I gave you a guide up to level 3, so I might have an idea.
Rangers are archetypes too. Yeah.
Conclaves. It's conclaves. It used to be archetypes. Yeah, it's conclaves now.
Well, then D&D Beyond needs to update.
D&D Beyond does need to update.
The official source needs to update.
Is someone taking a letter? Is someone taking a letter? Dear D&D Beyond, you need to update your shit.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I love the ranger archetypes that you can pick from. Yeah, they're definitely on that thing, on that little guide that I gave you, Crispy. So There you go. A little bit of reading material for you, mate.
I have picked my college. Obviously, I am going to be a College of Law bard because I genuinely don't ever envisage me playing anything else. So,
well, as far as bards are concerned, is it?
Yeah, I think so. It just gives you it motes boons, I think.
Yeah. I'm so conflicted because Battlemaster is like the obvious choice.
Because you've got that book.
But I can't imagine a world in which, given in this library, Brock discovers runes. And Brock has short guy syndrome. So the idea of being the fighter archetype where he gets to be big is like going Rune Knight could be very interesting.
Could be very fun.
Mm-hmm. So that's I'm torn between the two right now. So we'll see what I end up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like we're in a giant library. This is like a place where he could theoretically like stumble upon a book of like giant
100%. There's definitely some.
It's realistic that he could do this. Whereas, because it's always the weird thing about archetypes is that it's like level like. I like to have like an in-story reason for why the archetype happens.
Yeah.
Not just be like, oh, you're just an Eldritch Knight now. Why?
Yeah,
I think College of Law works for that as well. But to the fact that we're in a library, I don't even need to shoehorn it in.
Yeah, I think I think that's sort of like really important is either you have a goal when you start your character, like Kate has with her with Kate wants to be a pirate. I can't. There's not a world where Kate the pirate is going to go, oh, I'll be a rogue assassin or a thief and not a swashbuckler. You know?
Exactly.
And I super intentionally was just like, I'm just going to be a fighter, and I will figure it out when we hit level 3.
Yeah, and then I sprung it on you today. Holy nuts!
Yep.
But it's it's nice to go up. It's always nice to go up a level.
Yeah.
But I think level 3 is a really important. It's an important level because I think you make those almost categoric decisions about your character. So. And what that I think is what works really well in Dungeons and Dragons is by the time you get to level 3, you sort of have a pretty good idea of where your character's going to be, and I think particularly today because of what you said during when we were playing the campaign or doing the actual play, when you said to me. When you take College of Law Bard, you get all of these extra proficiencies and expertise and all of this gumph, which is brilliant. But when you said I hadn't put proficiency into intimidation. When you said it's always intimidation, Kate, I was like, well, yeah, it is always in intimidation. I need to put a proficiency in intimidation because that's just and I don't even know I'm doing it, but I'm just horrible.
Trust me, you're doing it.
And I think hitting level 3 after this specific like adventure in this book, because it was so role play heavy, at least for me today, there were a lot of like moments where it was like, okay, I get to make decisions about my character's personality and like character development. I'll admit when we were talking to I've already forgotten her name.
Havona.
Yeah. We were talking
This
to
is
her.
why I wrote the notes, right?
I was debating real hard. The reason I kind of like ended up stopping like kind of talking as much as ago because I was like, the only place my brain is going is turning Brock into this like pull yourself up by your bootstraps like capitalism character. I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to play that character.
Not necessarily capitalism isn't the enemy always.
Yeah.
But I was like the only place my brain is going to right now is turning this character into like a full on like Ayn Rand, like a person's only like responsibility is to themselves, and they're like, no, we're not doing that.
Not when there's the cost of living crisis in Faerun, apparently.
Yeah. I was like, we will be anti-book, but we're not going to go that far.
Be anti-book, but not necessarily anti-bookkeeping. Is that what?
What about you, Crispy? What is there anything I know relatively new to relatively new returned to Dungeons and Dragons and not doing a lot of spellcasting or things like that? Have you even thought about level 3 yet, or anything other than the amount of hit points you have?
Hit points is all I've thought about so far, and I mean, you know how long it took me to even get to my level 2 upgrades. So it's gonna take me a little bit to read through and see what level 3 is gonna throw at me and what I want to do. That guide you sent me, I read, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 months ago.
Yeah. When we first started talking,
I don't. Yes, I don't really recall what it says. So I'm gonna have to reread that and figure out what
there's a lot
what level
of
3 is gonna mean for Awen.
There's an awful lot of links with a lot of different. You get a lot of choices with some of them arguably are worse than others. But there's a couple of right stonkers in there, and that I'm really fond of. I don't get to be a player that often, but I do have a ranger and I love her very much. And I made some poor choices very early on and haven't changed them.
Yeah. It's funny. I actually made a ranger character in Baldur's Gate 3 specifically.
Never heard of it. What game was that?
Try things out, to try things out and see what I liked.
It's Claire. It's this indie game
It's
not had a lot of traction. No, I don't think anyone's playing
no
it.
one's playing it.
I feel from that small bit of information that you've told me, I feel like it might be a contender for the best game of all time award. I don't think that's an award that exists, but it should do.
This year is stacked for
it
games.
Really is.
Like Tears of the Kingdom came. I've already it feels an eternity ago, but like Tears of the Kingdom came out this year in Baldur's Gate, and then
Starfield is coming out as well.
Starfield, my brain was blanking. Like there's
City Skylines 2.
Yeah, there were a lot of games. There were
you all want to play Stray Gods.
I also want to do that.
So tempted to get that because I think it was cheap on Humble at the moment. I think they've got it.
Yeah,
I bought it from Steam, and because I bought it on the day dot, and I didn't play. I played it yesterday, and I played it all the way through yesterday. But for like first playthrough, and there's some things I want to change about it, but and replay through. But it is just.
Is it really special?
Bloody fantastic. Yeah. It's so special. Like, I ugly cried at part of that game.
I feel like
it was so good. It was just great storytelling. And I think because she's a muse as well. And there's that sort of it taps into everything I love about everything.
To tie it back into the fact that we are recording a D&D for this, I think we've also been really, really lucky this year in that we've had some fantastic opportunities to get our roleplay chops out with games as well, which isn't something that I want to do very often because I play a lot of FPS games and just like see what we can do as far as like altering mechanisms are. And we've seen it's been a long time since I've been able to delve into so many good stories that are out there at the moment. And being able to also play D&D and see role play grow and develop, and storytelling, like I fucking love a shared storytelling experience. And
I really felt like we got that today as well.
I agree.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
It's really nice.
All of it was really, really. It was a really nice time. I am going to continue to try and do accents because I
love it.
It's important to me to know, for you guys to know that you're speaking to different people, because I'm going to continue cracking on with accents. You never know. By the end of this whole campaign, I might be a dab hand at like 3 specific accents, and you'll be like, I know that person.
The more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you do it live on stream, it's very difficult for me to take the piss off you.
I'm doing my bad Southern accent for my character that I'm like, this should be better than it is. I've lived in the southern half of the United States almost my entire life. And it's like, no, I've rejected this in reality for my entire life, so my accent is so bad.
Karina's fake pirate might show up a couple of times. Jimmy Timbers.
I would
Indeed.
love for your character to get like more piratey as it goes on.
Oh, I hope so.
Just
definitely going to be buckling a squash. I mean, I'm looking at the archetype now, and it's like, oh my god, some great things.
Mate, I told you it was amazing. I told you it was amazing.
Yeah,
it's really good.
When we have to worry is when you show up with like a peg leg, but it's actually you haven't cut your leg off. You've just got a bent knee, and we're all like, "What the fuck is this?"
But that's exactly what she'd do. I think that's exactly where she would go with it.
You get the peg stick. You get the knee stick at level 7, right? That's where it goes.
Oh god.
The peg took my brain to the most obscure reference because there's a Moby Dick opera where the person who plays Captain Ahab has to be on stage for 3 hours with his knee just bent back in a peg leg. It's a whole thing. Anyways.
Wow. Oh man, that hurts me. That hurts me physically just thinking about it. Yeah. Wild.
When we went to the theatre on Tuesday, I hurt my knees being in the audience, so I don't think that one's for me.
I just found a leopard print eye patch on Amazon, and I'm so tempted to get it to wear it on screen.
100%. I am on board. I am absolutely on board.
We're level 3 now. My wings have just come in. Yeah, can you imagine?
I was going to say that we might have some new images. If you want to, I know we put Awen's shoes on his character art today. If you want to give me any alternatives or rehashes to your artwork, I am your characters that you all designed, I'm absolutely down for it as they develop over the period of time, especially if you get a new piece of armor, or you've got I don't think that Hero Forge has book flails just yet, so
that's okay. It also probably will not be the only weapon I use, because I do have great weapon fighting. So but a cowboy hat may make an appearance at some point, because I do have one sitting in the back of this room.
That sounds perfect. That sounds absolutely perfect.
When it gets to Halloween, we'll have to go full ham and
oh no!
Be sat with my wings. I won't be able to move anywhere. I can barely move as it is. I just shuffle sideways.
Amazing. Yeah, no, that sounds really cool, actually. Is there anything that you on today's episode that you regret your character choices for? I know that's a really funny way of saying it. Is there anything that you maybe wish would have done differently or had rolled slightly differently? I know what Katie
slightly differently.
I was rolling really well with those wisdom checks. Really bloody well.
I kind of wish I had leaned in a little bit more when the guard came when I was doing the but I'm I need to leave room. I need to leave room for it to build up, so it's okay. I'm I should have leaned in more. I'm no, you know what? This is a long campaign.
The level 2 jailbreak from Baldur's Gate.
We don't need to.
Because it wouldn't have been like Worm Keep. It would have been like Worm Crossing. It would have been properly like Baldur's Gate proper, and that would have been a lot for me to work out
on the fly.
I was
it wouldn't have been on the fly.
It would have just been new characters.
It would have been, that's it for Brooke. I hope Brooke had a really lovely time. Jason, you're going to sit down and think about what you've done with the episode. Jeez. Oh my gosh, that's really scary.
I thought about leaning in and I was like, no, we've got a long road to go down.
It was like when Talitha last week tried to began to cast Vicious Mockery inside.
Look,
you have notes.
I mean, that would have worked. Right, I came so close to taking Gift of Gab as my spell, and I thought as my second level spell, I thought there's no way. And no, I haven't. I've taken Lesser Restoration instead, Claire.
All right.
Because I'm a healer, aren't I? So
Crispy has healing. Awen has healing.
I do. Just got it.
But I just think we need to stop making money. It's so, I mean, I know, like, and this is my problem is because the game we normally, our home game, when I'm carrying the bag of holding and I've got like the massive amount of money that we've got in the Undermountain, we've got that like 19,000 gold or whatever. I'm like, well, we can buy all of the healing potions in freaking Faerun. We still would have money for it. But I'm like looking at this thinking we need more healing potions. And then I'm looking at any funds that I've got and I was like, I couldn't afford a sip, let alone anything else. So I'm like, wait, how is it?
I love that. I couldn't afford a sip, but then you were the first person who said, let's go to the pub.
Yeah, I know. But then Claire, life imitates art, mate. Right? But I'm just thinking, but like a round of ales isn't something to be, you just get that. But it's just, I worry about we're not making any money. We're just getting things from Candlekeep. There's no.
You never know. There might be some coin to be had in the not too distant future.
Basically, when you said today, there's a reward, I was like, oh, cha-ching. And then you were like, it's a hat. I was like, excellent.
There's a reward, but I'm giving you a hat for it. Yeah, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. There might be, I'm sure there'll be stuff in the not too distant future. There'll be opportunities for you to gain a bit of coin to go and get the things that you need.
You can start a new hat-based economy. It's fine.
Yeah.
There is a cost of living crisis in Faerun. That's a very valid point. That's a very valid point. You just got to bear that in mind. Maybe these potions won't be as available as they should be.
I think we should all invest in Hatcoin.
In Hatcoin. Oh no! Found the episode title. Fam, thank you again. That was a really fun experience for me. I haven't done a like something that wasn't quite as linear as the rest of the things are concerned, like ever. So you were pretty much free to do what you wanted then. You could have. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with how that went. I thought that I was bricking it today, so I'm really, really, really pleased that went well. I cannot wait to see what you all pick as level 3, and now you're a little tiny bit more beefy and those kind of things. So cool. Unless anyone has anything else that they want to add about this week's session, I will wrap up there. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being amazing players as per usual. I love you guys incredibly much. That's not English. I'm gonna go and play video games when I don't have to talk and I can click buttons to have other people talk for me.
Oh, the old button click speak. Love it.
Button click speak. Well, you did button click sing earlier. Psychic is now playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I'll Steve in a minute. Yeah,
see that in a second. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.